Babes,
Mm-hmm.
you were out.
I know I was.
Yes. You still sound tired.
I'm not that tired, though.
I'm not that tired?
No, I'm not
Okay.
tired.
Good.
I mean, a little bit, but not, just because I just woke up, at after 12, so.
You woke up because your phone started to ring.
That's, well, also because my body was waking up, yes.
Oh, before then?
Kind of. I mean, I woke up because I thought you touched me or something, and then I went back to sleep.
I may have given you a pat on the butt.
No,
but that was earlier.
It wasn't on the butt.
Okay.
You just touched I think you touched my arm or something.
Nice.
What were you doing?
I don't know, babes.
Were you trying to wake me up?
No, I was just having fun. Seeing what I could get away with.
Can't get away with much, apparently.
Oh my goodness. I was a little bit nervous when the phone started ringing that it was one of your relatives. But according to you, you did not recognize the number.
I'm going to check it again after this, but as far as I know, I don't recognize it at all. It doesn't sound like any of my relatives.
It was almost perfect timing because I just finished that book, Survival of the Richest, which I started on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
The first chapter is really interesting and there's good stuff throughout it. But I almost felt like it could have been an article in the New Yorker instead of a full-length book.
Wow.
Yeah. Because basic premise is this guy is really good at economics. He's a professor. And he gets an offer to speak out in Arizona. So he goes out there thinking that it's going to be this big conference. Drives into the desert for like 3 hours, gets lit off. And these 5 billionaires come to him, basically, and start asking him questions that seem innocuous at the time. Slowly, he figures out that what they're really trying to figure out is what natural disaster, or what disasters should these billionaires be preparing for, and how do they survive some type of apocalypse. So that's the first chapter. And then he just kind of goes on these rants about economics and our environment. And some of it is really interesting stuff. But I don't know if I needed a whole book of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It could have been
condensed.
Shortened, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more condensed.
Because when I'm reading the first chapter, I'm thinking to myself, this book is going to get super interesting. And then it just doesn't live up to the hype of the first chapter. Now, part of that is I like page turners.
Oh, well.
And it is a good jumping off point if you want to talk about how tech is slowly destroying our society, but in ways that we don't consider. For example, the environmental impact of technology companies. But it just didn't work for me.
Wow.
Because I thought it was going to be something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Have you been doing any reading this week, young lady?
A little bit. I need to get farther into it. But I actually not really. If I'm really honest, I just got finished with the first part where he's in Jody, Texas, and he does that. He is does a production of the play of Mice and Men. Mike Kozlaw is the guy who's one of the leading characters, and he's like this big guy that's into football, but he's a really good actor in this play, and everybody's weeping throughout the whole entire play. And then he, after the play is done, big applause. He's recognized for his acting skills, and then that's about it. And then I think now it's going to talk about Lee and Marina Oswald, the next part of the that part of the book.
Oh.
But I'm going to get into it later on. Yeah.
Nice.
So so it's some interesting stuff. I'm liking the Jody, Texas part of it so far. And I guess Jody, Texas is not a real town.
Apparently not.
No.
But it works for the book.
It definitely does. I can understand. I can imagine that town being there,
Mhm.
but it's not. So it's a lot better than Derry. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounded like he really didn't want to be in Derry longer than he should be.
correct.
But he also said something about Jody, Texas, and then he said something like "stupid me." I shouldn't have gone back to Jody or whatever it was. So I guess I'm going to find out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yes.
We did this on Sunday. Then I go home and check my email to find out that I won tickets to go to the Bloodworks live performance of Metric.
Yes.
And it's kind of late. It's actually like Sunday night. And then I called you and said, hey, babes, we're doing something Tuesday.
And I said, and I was kind of like, why didn't you tell me that?
Because I just found out.
I understand.
Yeah.
But we did go on Tuesday, and it was really good. It was a 30-minute concert, and I'm interested to see what they sound like.
Well, you've heard them perform live.
No. What I mean is, I'm interested to hear what they sound like as far as their studio recordings are, because we only heard an acoustic version of some of their songs.
The lead singer, she said that they reworked them. Did she call them Roadhouse recordings?
Dirt Road recordings.
Dirt Road recordings.
Or Dirt Road performances or whatever she said. Yeah.
They did 4 songs. Their show started just a couple minutes late because the band was, I guess, having trouble getting to the venue.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much packed. I think there was free seat to my left, but that was about it that I could tell.
Yeah.
We were sitting near the back. Gustav, who is a local radio personality, was there to interview them. I believe he used to be on KUFO back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute in the Portland area.
Interesting.
And it was a fun experience.
It was good. I was glad that was opening up, and yeah, it definitely was packed, and there was a really good crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Really good crowd. And I like those intimate concert settings, too.
Yeah. It's fun.
It is.
And I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen because I got the email and then another one that said, enter this code to continue, but there was no place where I could enter it.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, as it turned out, as in the past, all I needed was my photo ID. And she didn't even look at it. She said, what's your name on the list? And she's like, I got you.
Yep.
Yep.
And then she asked if you had a +1, and that was it.
Yep, you were my +1os.
Well, I'm glad that I was your +1.
That's instead of my son. That's an imitation of someone I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're both imitating the same person. Yes. My +1 is my son.
That's my son. You're staying with me.
Precisely. That's exactly what this person sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a good concert. And then we went to Chipotle.
That's right.
Yeah. It was good.
Well, that brings up something else.
No.
On Wednesday we hung out, and we'll get to that. But after we hung out, I go home and I call one of my friends. And we have a 2.5-hour conversation. I think it was about 2 hours and 41 minutes.
Yeah.
During the course of this conversation, we talked about one of his sons who I knew worked at a different Chipotle, the one near my place.
The one that we would go there if we were in the area.
Yeah. And since I live in the area, it's easy to go there. But anyways.
Yeah.
My friend says, I don't think I could ever eat at that Chipotle again after knowing some of the stuff I know. I didn't ask for specifics, but I just said, if you told me, what do you think I would still eat in the area? And he's like, I don't think you want to know. And he's like, you might, but it's better that you don't.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, okay. He told me this other story though. And this was not Chipotle.
Okay.
Years ago, one of his brother-in-laws was working at a restaurant and had a Band-Aid on and was mixing mashed potatoes. Band-Aid fall off.
Oh, no.
He turns to the head chef and says, what do I do? The chef said, just stir it in.
Ew. No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that stuff goes on a lot in restaurants.
That's disgusting.
Mhm.
That is disgusting. What if somebody like dropped a fake nail in your soup?
I think, you might have eaten that Band-Aid at some
Oh, I don't even want to know. What?
point. Yeah.
What do you mean? Why?
Because you went to that restaurant. No, I don't know if you
Well,
did.
what?
I'm just joking.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, I think you would have eaten that Band-Aid had my friend made the mashed potatoes.
Oh my goodness. Well, it wasn't him, it was his brother-in-law.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a head chef, I would have said, "Stop, don't mix anymore for now. Get the thing out.
Oh.
Let's start up another batch."
That stuff goes on all the time in restaurants.
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
Ugh. Wow.
And it's easy to say, we'll just cook at home. To some extent, that prevents chaos like this.
Yes.
But we also don't know how much weird stuff goes along when foods are being canned or animals are being slaughtered. So however we participate in eating, we're going to have some stuff happen to our food that we don't necessarily want to know about.
I think if we knew half of the stuff that happens in restaurants that we don't know about, we probably or anything for that matter, right? Even how food is packaged in grocery stores.
Exactly.
We wouldn't need anything.
Right.
It's just like there's just some things that we don't need to know about, I think. It's just one of those things where do we have to know everything? Because if we knew everything, we wouldn't be eating anything.
Yeah. I agree with you, babes.
And I just think that there's just I don't need to know. I don't need to know.
No. Babes.
Mm-hmm.
I had asked you if you had looked into the Kanye West stuff or the Herschel Walker.
Well, okay, so I didn't read the articles on the Herschel thing. I think I kind of understand what the deal was with that, but I still need to read the articles because I was just kind of skimming through them because you were on your way here.
Okay, that's fair.
And then the Kanye West thing, I still need to look that one up too, so I can't comment on it much. Yeah, so I can't really comment on a whole lot of that until I really get the whole story because I'm a little confused.
Yeah, so with the Kanye West thing, he said that Diddy was being controlled by the Jews, and then he went on Twitter and he got banned for saying, I'm feeling tired now, but when I wake up, it's DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. And then he we won't even go into the Tucker Carlson stuff, but he badmouthed, I guess, Jared Kushner and Jared Kushner's dad on Tucker Carlson. But then he was supposed to be on a podcast called The Shop earlier this week that is associated with LeBron James. And they recorded the episode. And I don't know if LeBron James is a producer or a host, but apparently he wasn't there when they did this. But the people who were like the producers of the show said that they weren't going to release it because Kanye was saying a lot of anti-Semitic stuff on the episode. And they came out with a statement about that yesterday. So something's going on with that.
I don't know. Nothing is always what it seems. I'm gonna look at that because I haven't been hearing that story at all, actually. But we'll see.
Yes. And look into the Herschel Walker thing because I do want to have a conversation about whether Herschel Walker is a murderer by his own definition.
Well, actually, there was another thing that came up that I don't even. So, as far as I understand it, part of the controversy is that his opponent is claiming that Herschel Walker paid an ex-girlfriend to have an abortion, but I don't know if that's what it is. Like I said, I have to read these articles.
I could elaborate a little bit more. The lady stepped forward with receipts and with a get well card that Herschel Walker sent to her. And you could say, well, maybe it's just like some lady from out of the woodwork, but she happens to be a woman who gave birth to another one of Herschel Walker's kids. So it's not some random lady. Even Sean Hannity was growing him pretty hard about this. And his own son, who I guess has a right-wing podcast, came out and said that Herschel Walker was a horrible dad and probably didn't raise any of his kids, and is just a horrible human being. So, but he starts into
Horrible human
Yeah.
being is a pretty
It was something along those lines.
okay.
But his own son has come out against him.
But I didn't have a lot of time to do this because you were on your way here.
That's
and
fair.
I was also waiting for the groceries. Which, by the way, I'm going to get to in a minute because I got everything except for the green onions. Instead of the green onions, I got celery, which is kind of funny, actually. Celery isn't green, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I don't... Okay.
But I do want to talk... I mean, the Kanye West stuff is interesting, but I really want to talk about Herschel Walker at some point. But we will get to that in another day.
Another day.
Yes. There's another politician who is a Democrat who... I don't know, I want to word this. Well, let me rephrase this. Have you been keeping up to date with what's going on in LA right now with their city council?
No, I haven't, but it doesn't surprise me that it would come out of LA either.
Well, check this out. I think her name is like Neri Martinez, and she was on some council, some city council in LA.
I heard that name before, I think, right?
You might have.
Okay.
And one of her colleagues has a black son who's like 2 or 3 years old.
And this is a well-known Democrat in the council.
In the council, maybe not on the national stage.
Okay.
Okay. And so her colleague has a black son who's a young kid. Now, why is this important to the story?
And why is it?
I'm going to tell you. Recordings came out of, and again, I think her name is Neri Martinez, basically calling the guy's 2-year-old son a monkey. And saying that if it was up to her, she would beat the kid because the kid was acting out at some event, and saying that calling the kid a monkey. Yep. And she stepped down, and a couple of other people who are on the council, I think, are being pressured to step down too. And even the White House came out and said that they need to be off the council.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow, LA has been... I will say this. LA, I have not heard that story, but LA has been coming under fire for a lot of things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That certainly doesn't surprise me at all. Wow. That's... and it was recordings of her? Someone recorded her?
They played the recordings on TYT, and they reported it too on KCRW.
Wow.
Yeah.
KCRW, they don't usually report the news, do they?
Well, yeah, so the regular station is an NPR affiliated thing where they have music, but they also have some public affairs programs. And they also do the NPR news updates, but then they have their spin-off stations, which one is just straight up news, and the other one that we listen to is just music.
Oh, I see, okay.
But on their mother station, I guess you would say, is one of the places I heard it.
Okay, because I didn't know. I thought maybe KCRW was just music and not news.
I can see why you would think that way.
Yeah.
And they didn't play the audio; they just referenced it. And on TYT, Anna played the audio of what the lady said.
How are they able to obtain it?
It was leaked to the press.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was just recently that it was leaked to the press?
Within this week, I think on Monday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is, babes.
It's very crazy.
Yeah. So not good, babes. Not good.
Not good, bubs. Not good.
Not good. But I still love you, babes.
I will say this, and I honestly think this is a good thing, in my opinion.
Go ahead.
But Tulsi Gabbard, I don't know. You probably may have heard this.
I know, and we are not going to agree on this.
Okay. The reason why I think this is good, in my opinion, is I think that she, and she didn't have to do this, but she came out and said that she was leaving the Democrat Party. And she gave her reasons, because I actually heard a lot of what she was talking about, and why she no longer wants to be associated with the progressive left. And of course, this is her opinion. She was never, I think she was like, she considered herself like an independent Democrat. Which, I mean, I think it sounded like it was a very big step for her. And being that she came from my home state. Now having said that, um I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that she doesn't waver, because there's been a lot there's well, I guess I can't say that there's been a lot of people that have wavered after they've left the party. Like Joe Scarborough really went to the left after he left the Republican Party. So I can't really say that that would happen, but I personally think it was a big step for her to make, and she didn't even have to announce it.
Well, it was a symbolic step because if you paid attention to her recent interviews within the last 3 years, whenever she attacks the Democratic Party, it's always from the right. Like she's big into war. Um, she's big into council culture, but she never calls that council culture when it happens on the right. She only calls it on the left. She's a regular on Fox News.
Well, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
She was never for war. She was never pro war. I don't know why you have this idea that Republicans are pro war, because yes, maybe Bush was, and there are Republicans that have come out and said that we shouldn't have gone to Iraq, and I totally agree with that. It was unnecessary. But you're assuming that just because Bush and Dick Cheney were for the war, that every Republican was.
Okay,
that's not correct.
That's a fair point, but I would make the argument then, why weren't any Republicans coming out against Bush and Dick Cheney before Trump did? And that's one of the few things that Trump did that I thought was actually really cool, was when he started attacking them. But why was he the first Republican to do it?
Well, maybe there were some that wanted to come out. I'm not saying that I don't know who, because I don't think I've heard it, but maybe there were some that wanted to speak out about it, and they didn't have the guts to do it.
But but
all I'm saying is, and we're getting off track here, all I'm saying is, whether or not you agree with Tulsi Gabbard, she also has been canceled because she was running for president. Not that I would be ready to vote for her, but she was running for president, and she wasn't able to participate in a debate.
And I think that there's some truth to that. I agree with it. But I don't think it's any surprise that she left the Democratic Party. And whether or not she's calling herself a Republican or not, we can read between the lines and know that she's pretty much for Republican values now.
It looks like it, but I'm not going to assume that she is, because there are people that have said that I've left my party completely and may still have some of their old values left. So I'm not going to say that she is or not, or isn't.
Well, I think now she has been slowly associating herself with more and more neocons. And she has. Neocons? Sean Hannity.
What about Sean Hannity?
She's been slowly associated herself with more and more people like him. She's guest hosted on Tucker Carlson's talk show. Now, something that Miss Gabbards may not realize, and I don't know if a lot of Republicans know this, certainly some do, but one of her criticisms was something about religious rights. How well does she think that's going to go forward when her new buddies find out that she's a Hindu?
How do you know she's a Hindu?
It's on her Wikipedia page.
Yeah, but Wikipedia hasn't always been forthcoming about every single celebrity that you look up. And we're finding this out too.
Mm.
You know that Wikipedia is not really a reliable source, and that's why my former professor said, don't use Wikipedia when you're doing research on your projects.
They got some things wrong.
They do get some things wrong. So how do you know that this lady is a Hindu? Have you heard her say that?
I haven't heard her say that. I'm going based off what I read on Wikipedia, but I believe it to be true.
There are some things that for sure are true, but I don't know about that one. And why would she say that if she was a Hindu? I don't understand. That's something that so having said this, of her coming out, and am not going to quite accept that she is going conservative at all. But what I will say is that I commend her for being brave enough to say that she's leaving a party that she's been a part of for 20 years.
She's been conservative for a while. And she specifically
Yeah,
referenced...
but she even talked about what a lot of the things that she a lot of the reasons why she did join the Democrat Party, because she thought that she belonged to that kind of community, but she didn't think that it was going to go like that.
But she specifically referenced like woke culture, cancel culture, during the video that she released. But she never once mentions all the book bannings that are going on in states like Florida, right? That's being done by the right. So
yeah, but the left will always blame the right for something. I think it's I think that the book banning thing is an excuse for the left to ban the right, or the left to get on the right for something.
Well,
but
wait a second.
They always find something about that.
Well, wait a second though. If it was the left banning books, you would be against that. Why is it just an excuse that the left is using when it's the right wing banning books? But if the left ban books, then all of a sudden it's cancel culture.
The problem with that is when the left bans something, there's never an explanation, in my opinion. When the right bans something, it's because something, or if the right wants something to change, it's because something is being imposed and they feel like they that they have to accept this or else. That's how I see it. But when it comes to the left and they want to silence somebody, there's never an explanation. It's just like, okay, well, this person's conservative. Yeah, we're just gonna not let her. We're just not gonna give this person any free speech. And you would agree with me that free speech also includes things that you don't agree with.
Exactly. So that's why I am against all the book bannings in the South that's going on right now, mainly led by conservatives. But Tulsi Gabbard would never talk about that because it goes against the message she's trying to send out. Just like...
But how do you know that she wouldn't talk about it?
I haven't heard her talk about it.
That doesn't mean she won't.
She'll talk about...
Give her the benefit of the doubt.
Right, but why is it she's so willing to talk about woke culture, but she won't talk about all the book bannings that the right is doing right now in our country? And she's always talking about freedom, but yet she couldn't even acknowledge what Joe Biden did the other week with pardoning people who had prior marijuana convictions on the federal level. Like, you would think if you were for freedom, you'd at least acknowledge some of that stuff. I'm getting twiggled.
No, I'm not getting twiggled.
Okay.
This is just a part of the show that, I want to make sure that you're awake.
Okay. Well, what I will say, babes, I know it's fun for people on the right to say they love Tulsi Gabbard. I do think that she's a bad faith actor. And what?
Okay.
Oh my goodness. And I don't think that she's going to be as successful going forward, because it was very useful for the right wing to have a woman of color who's a Democrat who was bad-mouthing the Democratic Party from within.
Yeah, I
and now that she's no longer a Democrat, yes, she'll have some success, but I don't know if she'll be as popular as she has been in past years.
Well, you're assuming that the right is going to accept her right away. I don't know if that's true, because I don't know to what extent her Democrat values were, because she didn't really go into it in detail. I'm sure she will, but to say that because she's a quote unquote woman of color, I hate those terms, by the way. That because she's a woman of color, and they love her. I don't know about that. I just, in my opinion, the fact that she came out and said that she was leaving a party that she used to support is a very big step for her, and I don't know what's going to happen after that. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I think she's in for a rude awakening. What? Babes! Oh my goodness.
Ooh, you sweating. Okay.
All right, give me a kiss.
That's enough now.
All right, give me a kiss.
I'm glad to see you awake.
Oh my goodness. Because Republicans generally don't like Hindus. What? That's true, isn't it?
Who said that?
I thought it was a good
That's it.
question, Potty.
Bubs.
What?
What? See, now you're making stuff up here.
Well, So are there a lot of Hindus in the Republican Party?
I don't know of any.
Oh my goodness. Well, give me a kiss.
You're making stuff up.
Oh my goodness, give me a kiss. Let's double check this. Alexa, is Tulsi Gabbard a Hindu?
There's no S in her last name. What?
What is it? Ask it.
Alexa, repeat.
Yep.
I don't know what the other one is.
That's a form of Hinduism.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know about that part. I was thinking about that too, but then Wikipedia has not always gotten things wrong when it comes to celebs and politics.
You said not always gotten things wrong.
Not always gotten things right. Excuse me. Sorry. I got tongue-tied, Bob.
Okay, babes. But anyways, that's what's going on with good old Tulsi, babes. Jaylo.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Well, we will see. I'm sure the plot will thicken.
Yes.
On whatever the plot will thicken on these three things that we just mentioned.
I hope it was worth it for her.
Oh my goodness. We'll see.
Was he, baby? Was he?
Was he?
Baby? She was a congresswoman, right?
Yes, she was. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, good, Jill. Well, good.
Good, Bubba. Good.
Good.
Okay. I'm.
Go ahead.
Wait, I'm sorry.
No, I was about to bring up something else, but keep going.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that our race for governor here in Oregon is really starting to heat up. And it's kind of fascinating because they're saying that we might get the first Republican governor that we've had in like 40 years because of independent Betsy Johnson is in the race. But I'm sorry, that was just a quick aside. You were about to say.
Okay, well, let's talk about Wednesday's lunch because it was a good lunch, but it was a little bit awkward.
We go to the Mad Greek Deli.
One of our favorite places to go.
I get the gyro plate because it's really good.
And I get a BLT with fries. Both of us decide that we're going to get Pepsis. Yeah.
And the friend we were supposed to meet was like 20 minutes late.
Always.
Not too much this
Not too much this time, but he was late.
He sat down next to you. You two are talking as I'm just like eating my food and most of yours.
Did I say to eat most of my fries? What I should have done was I should have offered some fries to him because it was right in front of, it was right in between us.
Hey, you snooze, you lose.
And I know.
He should have been there 20 minutes earlier.
But still though, I mean, they were really good sized fries and the sauces were good.
Yeah, that's why I ate the fries, babes. Keep going.
You know, it isn't nice to be greedy.
I know, that's why. And it's also not nice to be 20 minutes late.
No, you're right. It isn't. I felt a little bit awkward just because your friend didn't talk to you much. I don't know why.
Oh?
You didn't say a whole lot, and I really didn't want to sit next to him. I wanted to sit next to you.
So he sat to your left, and I'm across from you.
Yeah, and you were saying, well, if we sit next to each other, we're going to crane our necks.
Yeah.
And I said, no, we're not. and it was almost like you were acting as if we were giraffes and we had really long necks.
Oh my goodness.
We don't.
But we were craning our necks when we were at that Indian place before we switched sides of the table, remember? For the ACB thing?
Yeah, but the table was kind of a different type of a table though. Okay. Remember, it was a bigger table. Our one of the girls was sitting on my left. No, on my left. Okay. On your right. Okay. On my left, next to this other guy, and then there was another girl, another guy that was on the other side of the table, and then there was me and you, but we weren't craning our necks.
No, I'm saying when I first got there, babes.
Yeah.
It was you, that one girl, And I sat down next to you and we were craning our necks. And then I said, why don't you and me move to the other side of the table?
Exactly.
Because we were craning our necks.
Yeah, we did that. But
exactly. So that's why I didn't want to sit like right next to you. I wanted to sit across from you. So we weren't craning our necks like we were kind of doing at that Indian place.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same type of situation. And when you sat next to me, I said, see, we're not craning our necks.
Okay. You live and you learn. But you got to have a conversation.
I got to have a conversation. I was kind of hoping that he would start talking to you a little bit because I know why he was talking to me, and we both know why.
Yeah.
But I was like, geez, I mean, he came to eat lunch with us, but he's more your friend than he is mine.
Yes.
So.
But he wants to get with you, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's going to, for him, always going to remain a fantasy.
Nice.
I don't, that's the thing that I don't understand.
What's up?
And we've sort of talked about this before, why there are some people who don't get that you don't like them that way. And yet they still try to do things or maybe they're so subtle that you can't figure it out, to show you that they like you.
I don't know, babe. I don't know.
I mean, once you get the hint, you get the hint, usually.
What's that thing Ram Dass says? When you get the message, hang up the phone.
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, I think it's flattering, but it's like, I really would rather have sat next to you than...
Next time we will.
Yeah. I would have had him sit across from us like we've done before.
Yes.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was cool. It was just kind of like... I just thought it was a little bit weird that he wanted to talk to me.
And he was the one who invited you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I just would have left you at home if it was up to me.
I was actually going to stay home because I thought we were going to see 2 concerts this week, right?
Yeah, and I was still down to go to something yesterday.
Yeah, but I said, hey, I just saw you last week, and then there's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I said, I really would like a break. And then you said, well, why don't you come to see us on Wednesday, and then you can do whatever you want on Thursday. Oh. That's what you said.
Okay.
You can have a break on Thursday. I'm like, okay. But I could have taken a rain check. And I was trying to do that, but you're like, well, he wants to see you. Okay.
Well, good.
I know he invited me. I thought, oh, wow, okay.
And next time he invites you, I'll say she would come, but she actually died last week.
Hey!
Or I'll invite you.
Hey!
Or I'll send the invitation because I love my Jaylo.
Loves.
What?
That's mean.
What does that mean?
Why would you lie like that?
I don't know, because I thought it would be funny.
No, that's mean.
Oh.
Because you would really think that I died.
Oh, yeah?
Bose!
Well, that is a good point.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
I can't believe it.
Oh, believe it.
I thought you loved me.
It is. I wouldn't kill you. I'm just saying that's what I tell him.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Then he's going to tell everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's going to be like, you know what happened to her? But it was a good lunch.
Yeah.
It was a good lunch. I really loved the fries. I had the Greek fries with my sandwich. It was really good.
You bought us some cookies afterwards.
Those M&M cookies were really good.
They were. Then I went home.
Mm-hmm.
I had the long conversation with my friend, but it was good. And
I thought you had that conversation the day before.
No, I had it on Wednesday.
Okay.
Then we talked.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm kind of chilling around 10. So I'm supposed to get up the next morning fairly early to go and meet a friend of mine at the train station.
Yeah.
Because he's coming into town just for a day for a conference.
Uh-huh.
And he wanted to grab breakfast somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
2 things about me. I hardly ever eat breakfast. And if I do, it's rarely the traditional form. It's always something kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really care about breakfast at restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know of any places.
Okay.
But I know that I'm going to have to get up early tomorrow. But around 10 or 10:30, I get a text from somebody who I kind of know saying that their house had burned down.
Oh, wow.
And then I checked with the friend who has the hots for Alana to see if that was the case, because it sounded like maybe somebody hacked this guy's phone. But it turned out that it was true, that his house did burn down.
And I thought, that is really sad.
Yeah.
I've never been in a situation where any house that I stayed in burned down. I got close to burning down. That's really, really sad.
It is.
I am glad that his wife and son got out of there.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I am. Of course.
Good.
I heard about someone whose mobile home burned down. I don't know this person, but I heard through a friend years ago that her mobile home burned. It was and she burned with it. It was really sad.
So she died, and you heard the story from somebody else?
Yes.
Okay.
It was really sad.
Wow.
Really, really sad. I just can't imagine it. And now they have to get new things.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely new things.
You know the Roy Orbison story, right? Did we talk about that here?
Is that the one where he his child died in a fire?
Yes, but there's a little bit more to it than that. He had a couple of sons, and one of them was around 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing this is in the late 50s, early 60s. And the kid set a fire. It killed his brother and the mom, and the house burned down. Roy Orbison was away on tour, comes back and remarries, and I heard that there was always a distance between him and his son.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
But why would his son start a fire? Was he just acting out? Or
I think he was acting out.
I can understand why he would be distant towards his son, but it's sad.
Did I ever tell you my dad, he might even still be with her, he used to date somebody whose son was into setting fires. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And my dad nicknamed the kid Firestarter.
That's not good.
I know.
That's not good. I wouldn't joke about that.
I wouldn't either, babes. But my dad would.
Because what if he married that lady and while they were sleeping, he set a fire and it burned everything, including all three of them?
Yeah, that did not happen.
That's not good.
He named the kid Firestarter. So.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not good.
That's not good, babes.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
That's not something to mess around with. I remember I told you about my friend who died just this past January.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she and her son used to live in Washington State. And I can't remember when this happened, but I remember that she ended up moving with him to Minnesota, back to where she's from. And I heard part of the reason is because he was getting into if I remember correctly, he was getting into starting fires.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, I'm trying to remember, he might have been, I don't know how old he was. He might have been 10 or maybe older than that. When I met him, he was like 10. But anyway, she moved with him back to Minnesota, and that stopped. I don't know how long it took for that to stop, but I'm like, whoa, I can't believe that he would be into that.
Yeah.
But she put an end to that really quick.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she didn't want, she wasn't going to have a son that started fires.
Nice.
Did this lady that your dad was dating at the time, did she try to stop her kid from starting fires?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
Did I mention, I don't know if I mentioned this here, but I told you a story about these kids that I knew when I was in middle school in the 7th grade who went to our school and started a fire in the science room.
You did tell me that.
Did I tell it here?
I can't remember.
And when I came back to the science room after that happened, I always smelled like a hint of smoke because it also I think it also burned some of the fish in the fish tank. Wow. And I'm like, why would you do something stupid like that? I don't understand.
Kids are into some weird stuff, babes.
Yeah, and I don't remember if one of the kids got expelled or suspended, but I knew one of the kids for a little bit, and I'm like, why would you do something stupid?
There's a lot of weird kids out there.
starting fires.
Yeah, shooting up schools.
I just stupid stuff like no other human being would in their right mind would do.
Yeah, by the way, another big story this week. The Parkland shooter only got life in prison. He killed 17 people and he only got life in prison.
I think he should have gotten the death penalty.
Absolutely.
What I think should have happened is maybe he should have been expedited to another state that actually had the death penalty.
I thought they have it in Florida.
I don't know if they do.
I'm pretty sure that Florida does have the death penalty.
So I think he should have died, but I mean, especially if you kill more than one person, you need to go. You can't be out. You can't, people should not waste their money on a criminal like that just to stay in prison for life. Yeah, I agree. But as I've said privately, I think that there are states that each state handles the death penalty differently, and some don't have it. So I don't know about Florida.
I'm 90% sure that Florida does have the death penalty, but the judge was kind of lenient on this dude for some reason.
I think he should have been dead.
Well, gotten the death penalty.
Or
it takes time to carry it out.
No, yeah, I know. I think he should have gotten the death penalty. But then we also talked about how when some people have been on death row, it takes decades.
That's common now.
I don't get that. I don't know why it takes so long.
Well, because you want to make sure that every avenue has been explored and that you're killing the right person.
Yeah.
I do think that we should adjust how we use the death penalty, but by the same token, this guy deserved it.
He did.
Yeah.
And he was reported many times.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing was done about it.
And now he gets to live and have a relationship with his family, even if it's behind bars.
Well, so does Jodi Arias, but we all know that she should have died.
Well, I don't know. I don't know this case. I know that you keep talking to me about this.
Well, the only reason why I talked about it and I followed it was because she's just a few months younger than me and she's around my size. And she didn't get away. She was held accountable for the first-degree murder of her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
But she still gets to live, and she's living in solitary confinement, which is a little bit better, but she should have been killed.
I agree.
Yeah. I always wonder about solitary confinement, because prisoners who are in solitary confinement only have 1 hour to themselves.
Well, 1 hour in the general public.
I know, that's what I mean.
You said 1 hour to
themselves. Well, you know what I mean. 1 hour to do whatever they want.
Oh my goodness.
Don't change my wood. You know what I mean?
No, but you said 1 hour to themselves.
1 hour to... Okay, can I talk?
Yes.
Okay. But then they spend 23 hours in their cell, which is a step better. But if you think about the person who was killed or the people that were killed, she doesn't deserve to stay in a cell. She deserves to have a dirt nap.
Yeah, I wish I could say I disagree, but I don't. I agree.
Yeah, and what's his name? Nicholas Cruz.
Yeah.
Nicholas Cruz deserves a dirt nap. He doesn't deserve to be in a cell for the rest of his life.
Oh. But he's going to be riding the wave of jail time and enjoying life. Yeah. He gets to breathe.
Unless somebody kills him in prison, and that's happened before.
That's not going to happen in this case.
How do you know?
Because people in this country look up to school shooters for some strange reason. Like Nicholas Cruz, I believe it came out that he was partially inspired by the Columbine shootings. So there's like this weird.
It is weird. But normal kids wouldn't be like that. I personally think that there needs to be. What's the word I'm looking for? There needs to be a dialogue as to how school shooters are treated. Like I don't think I've heard anything about what happened with Ethan Crumley. I know he's probably in prison, but
yeah,
he should have been killed off.
Well, and same with his parents too, right? But his parents are probably going to get out, and
I disagree with you on that one.
Uh-oh.
I do think that they deserve life in prison.
Absolutely.
I don't think they deserve to be killed.
But they encouraged his son. They encouraged his son to do it.
I understand that, but like I said, they encouraged him, yes, but I don't think I think they should just spend their lives in prison.
Why that, and why not the death penalty with these people?
Well, because I mean, they actually didn't shoot these people. They weren't with him at the school. Or at least if not the death penalty, at least solitary confinement.
Well, here's the thing, though. Yeah, they weren't at the school with him, but they were kind of goading him on to do it. And it's not just like these were regular people who he could walk away from. These were his parents. They were trying to get him to do this. At least that's what it seems like from me, from what I've read of the case. And so I think they should put him in his mom's lap as they're tying her up to the electric chair.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
But
you know what's going to happen. They're going to get released, and they're going to donate to Tulsi Gabbard's re-election campaign. What?
We're done with politics, Bubs. For today.
Oh, for today.
Bubs.
What?
You stop it now.
I did stop it now.
Okay.
All right, give me a kiss or there's no tickle truce.
Okay. Oh boy.
When you think about it, babes, you're the one who keeps sending the tickle truces.
Really?
Yeah, so that's what's going to happen to the parents.
We'll see. We can't make any snap judgments.
Oh
Bubs.
my goodness.
No snappy judgments.
Oh my goodness.
No snappy judgments. I'm messing with his ear.
Oh my goodness. Did you hear about that? Speaking of horrible people, did you hear about that douchebag Richard Gilmore?
Richard Gilmore? No, who's that?
He was a serial rapist in Oregon from, I think, the late 70s to the mid 80s. He was caught, put in prison in, I want to say, 1986. And
in which part of Oregon?
I think Portland, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I never heard of this guy.
Okay. Because of statute of limitation laws and whatnot, he was only charged and convicted for one rape.
Yeah.
And they're going to be letting him out soon.
What?
Yeah. Even though they know that he raped like 9 women.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Did he have like a life sentence?
I don't know what the sentence was. I think it was
Why?
like 35 years or something.
I mean, I don't even care if this guy changed his life around or something. He needs to serve his time.
Well, he's been in prison since the 80s, but still.
I know, but he shouldn't get out.
No.
He's a danger to society, and even if, I mean, it sounds like he would reoffend again. So even if he did change his life, I honestly think he should not see the light of day.
He's a dangerous douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we should let rapists out of prison. But apparently that happens.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't. I mean, especially if they are more likely to offend again. Was it a woman that he did this to?
I believe it was all women.
All women.
Yeah.
All adult women.
I don't know if they were adults or not. That I don't know.
Okay.
But one of the victims was on TV. On one of the local channels the other night, and she was testifying in front of some group saying that he's still a danger to society and they shouldn't let him out.
I want to know who was the judge that decided this, or who was who were the people that decided this, because that's insane.
I don't know, babes.
That's insane. I'm outraged about this.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, we should write some letters, okay?
But I'm not familiar with this. I'm not familiar with the douchebag.
Okay, good.
Douchebag.
I'm glad you can use that word. I'm glad it's not a swear word.
Well, I think it's kind of a funny word, actually.
I do too.
I don't know who came up with that word, but apparently they don't like douche.
Apparently it was Richard Gilmore who actually came up with that word.
No, it wasn't him.
Yeah, it was when he was dating Tulsi Gabbard.
Bubs! Her last name doesn't have an S, by the way.
Oh, it doesn't?
Gabbard.
Well, okay, why did I think it did have an S?
I don't know. Because you're dyslexic.
Oh.
Just because, and because you can't check the lock on your door, you're dyslexic.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, when Tulsi Gabbard was in high school dating Richard Gilmore and friends with Ethan Crumley's parents, they came up with the term.
She's from Hawaii, but I don't think he would have known her.
That's a good point.
But stop it.
That was clearly parenting. You just blew on my ear. Yeah. Let me blow on your nose.
Ah. That's That's insane.
It is.
It shouldn't have. It was just like with what's that guy's name? David Hinckley.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been.
No, John Hinckley.
I'm sorry, John Hinckley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been released to his
No.
mother. He should have rot in prison or killed off or something.
And here's the thing. It's not to say that Ronald Reagan was a good person, but you can't shoot at a U.S. president. That's not cool.
Just like you shouldn't assault a police officer.
Exactly.
Either, even if you don't like them.
Yeah.
That's just you don't do that.
No.
You don't do that. It's insane. I don't understand why these people are being released.
I don't get it either, babes.
Yeah, it really is a two-tiered justice system.
Oh, yeah?
I think it is.
One for the rich and the other for the poor.
No, not that.
What?
One for, I don't know. It just seems like it is. Like the ones who should be in prison are being let out, and the ones that should go to prison are not in prison. I don't know.
I think nonviolent crimes or like white collar crimes or somebody like screw somebody out of their life savings, those are the people who should be in prison. And if somebody, just smokes a joint, let them do their thing, babes. Oh, what? What? Oh my God.
Okay, enough of that. But yeah.
Okay.
Richard.
What?
Richard Gere. I'm sorry. Richard Gilmore, not Richard Gere.
Yeah.
Richard Gilmore should not be let out at all.
No.
He should at least spend his natural life in prison and also be in a solitary confinement for the rest of his days. And eventually, maybe he'll die.
And 1 meal a week.
1 meal a week?
Yep, bread and water. That's all he gets. 1 meal a week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be so emaciated he wouldn't be able to leave prison.
That's how I would do it. But that's just me.
That's just me.
Well, good, babes. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited. I want to
about Richard Gilmore?
No.
Okay, what are you excited about?
No, not about Richard Gilmore. I don't even know about the guy.
Okay, go ahead.
You just told me about him today.
Tell me.
I'm really excited because I reached out to the woman who I believe is putting on the event that I'm going to go to in another couple of weeks.
Nice.
And I told her the situation, and it looks like I'm going to be able to participate. She's really, really cool.
I think that's awesome, babes. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm excited too because when I've told people in the flute world about my blindness, I don't think there has been anyone that I've talked to that's batted an eye or it was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? Or how are we gonna do this? Or I've never had a blind student before. What am I supposed to do? They never panicked.
That's good.
Which is good because I remember one time I called up a flute teacher, and this is when I was looking for one, and I was still attending a community college, and we were talking. We had a good conversation. I said, "Oh, by the way, I just want you to know that I'm a blind person." And she's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, no problem." And I'm thinking, that's cool. I've never had anybody look at me or be on the phone with me, and they're like, how am I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Because what my former flute teacher has told me is, it's the teacher's job to figure out how to teach a student better, not the other way around.
Nice.
Yeah. You're supposed to figure out a way to teach a student however they learn. And so I'm very happy about it. I don't feel so nervous anymore. So that's good.
It's good, babes.
Yes. Now, what do you think?
About you going to this event or about you not having issues being blind in the flute world?
Either one.
Well, one, to me, it's a no-brainer. You should go to the event, but I'm excited that you will be doing that.
Yes.
And two, I think that's great that you don't feel hindered because of your blindness in the flute community.
Yeah, I never did actually. From all the years that I've been in it, and I remember one time, and I'm so thankful to my two band directors that I had in 7th and 8th grade, because the first time my band director gave me a solo, and I was going to play, I think it was it might have been in the Christmas program. I forgot what it was. It was like in the beginning of the year. And when I would get ready to leave to go to the bus stop, because I wanted to get there early so I wouldn't get mixed up in the stampede of kids.
Okay.
And there were times where I would have that period for my last period, and he would say, before you go, could you please play your solo for me? And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And it just showed me so much that there were teachers that really believed in me and really felt like I could go far with my gift.
Nice.
And that really gave me that really boosted my confidence to go forward.
Well, good.
And I think that getting to know these people in the Flute Society is going to do that. So I'm really excited about that.
Glad to hear that, babes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Good.
I had a good breakfast with my friend the other day. I ate a sandwich. We went to the same sandwich place that you and I have gone to on the regular. Yeah. And we're actually out on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. I was good getting to hang out with my buddy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And you guys had a good conversation.
We did. And then I'm walking home. As I'm walking onto the Hawthorne Bridge, these two women are coming by the opposite direction, and I just hear one say to the other one, the thing about white privilege. And then they got too far away to where I couldn't hear them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was either, she said, it was either the thing about white privilege or if it wasn't for white privilege.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever, I mean, before, like, even, I think it was either 10 or 20 years ago, it was just, if you were privileged, and there was no white in front of it. To me, it seemed like that to me. And then now the wokest of the woke will say, well, you have white privilege, or I don't know. This whole thing is just getting out of control altogether.
Yeah, like there is, I believe, a seed of truth to white privilege. But when people use it to justify everything, it goes a step too far.
I don't believe that there was ever a seed of truth to white privilege. And I think what they're using it for is to blame all the white people today for the atrocities that were against that happened during before and during the civil rights movement. I don't think that's right. I think this like whole anti-whiteness movement is just so ridiculous.
Some people are using it for that, and a lot of it is like rich white women doing it.
You are correct.
Yeah.
The rich white lib women are the ones that are leading out in this, a lot of it.
And it's how did you get that money, honey? Let me guess, you either married rich or your dad worked hard.
It's so annoying, and a lot of people caught on to that, and I'm like, come on, you're a white woman and you're rich and you're telling other white women and other white people how to be.
Exactly.
Maybe you should take your own advice and stop acting like that. I don't know. I think it's so ridiculous and it needs to stop.
You know what I want to do? I've never had the opportunity, but if I'm ever in a conversation with a white woman, I've talked to white women before.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
I know a lot of them.
And some of them I've heard are good people.
Oh, yeah.
But
I think most are.
What I want to do is, if they say, oh, that's just your white privilege, I want to say something like, yeah, and I tend to use it. Hey, if I'm privileged, why not take advantage of it?
It would be funny if I was in a situation like that and some white woman is complaining to me about some white guy or another white woman. I'd really love to say, excuse me, you're using your white privilege to talk about everybody else who has white privilege. Let me ask you, how privileged are you? I really would love to be in that situation, because then it's going to hold them accountable. You know what I mean?
There was a thing, babes.
Yeah.
In 2020, in the summer, where everybody's like for defund the police, and there's protests everywhere, they interviewed some lady on the news.
Yeah.
Who, I don't know if she was in her 20s, and she said something about, I'm taking my nieces and nephews down here because they're people with a lot of privilege.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so funny.
Wow.
They have a lot of privilege.
The nieces and the nephew?
Yeah, this one lady.
And she was saying that she's taking them down there?
To the protests.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you noticed that the people that are screaming privilege or white privilege and are like the most privileged ever? I would love, they're like the most privileged ever, and they can't say that because,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a lot like the pot calling the kettle black.
Exactly. I would love to ask this person, excuse me, how much does your daddy make?
Yeah.
Were you paid to say this? Were you paid to have this conversation with me? Because I'm gonna stop it right now. I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous.
There we go.
And I'm glad you agree with me on some level about
I
this.
do. I do think there's some truth to it, but it's overblown.
It's overblown.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, babes.
Anywho, real quickly, before you got here, I was watching a show that I thought was really, in some ways, very disturbing. Because there were two men on this talk show. One of them claimed that the one guy was stalking him and his family and telling him that he wanted to do such and such to his daughter, and he wanted to kill him off in front of his wife and kids. And the other one has claimed that the guy that he's stalking is stalking him, but he wasn't able to provide information. And he said, "Hey, I sent these messages to your producers," and the talk show host is like, "My producer never got this, and she's really organized."
Wow.
And even the producer came out and said, "I got something. I got a message, but it wasn't the one that you're looking for."
Oh.
So I thought it was really funny that he was so adamant that the guy he was stalking and making videos about was stalking him.
Yeah.
And saying that he called little kids about and told them that he was a prophet, and there was no proof of that.
Interesting.
And I think the guy that was accusing the guy he was stalking of stalking him back was convicted of I think he was convicted of rape of a minor.
Huh.
So I thought, isn't that interesting?
I don't know, babes. I think watching too much of that stuff is bad for you. But that's just me.
Well, I just found it today. I don't watch stuff like that all the time. But I just found it today, and I'm like, I think it's really funny how some people have proof of what they're talking about, and other people are not prepared, but they're so adamant. They're so adamant that they were prepared.
Yes. Very good, babes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jaylo.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Did you have any dreams?
Yes, I did. I had a dream when I was taking a very long nap. I'm really hoping I get to sleep tonight.
Oh.
I had this dream that I was walking across the street with these girls. I don't know how old they were, but they were women. We were walking across the street, and then all of a sudden the sidewalk lifted up, and then it went down again. It was freaky. It was almost like well, the bridge. You know when the bridge goes up?
I do.
It doesn't really feel like you're gonna fall off of it, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. It wasn't like how a bridge goes up. It was even scarier. It felt like the sidewalk actually lifted itself off of the ground.
Oh.
And then it went down again.
Nice.
It did that like twice. And we were all freaking out. It was really scary.
I had a dream a couple of nights ago. This was Wednesday going into Thursday. And I didn't really sleep that well that night. But anyways, I am about to get on this new bus that I've never seen before. Get on there, and there's a couple other people, including a man in a wheelchair and who I'm assuming is his wife or girlfriend. There's a call that comes into the bus from somebody from like dispatch, and they talk to the wife, and the lady on the other line is like, "Hey, we're here to help. We're ADA compliant. I'm in a wheelchair myself. Do you want to know more about these facilities?" And the wife tells the lady on the other end, "No, that's okay." But the ADA lady just keeps going on and on about it. And finally, the wife interrupts the lady by saying, "You don't know what it's like. The reason my husband is in a wheelchair now was because he was a cop, and his superior officers beat him until they broke his neck."
Uh-huh.
And that's when I woke up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Why do you think you dreamed about that?
I don't know, babes. And then last night, I don't remember this one quite as well. I was at some lady's house, and she said, "Would you like to move in with me?
What?
We're going to start a
You
band."
never told me about this.
Yeah. And I said, "Okay, but I have a lot of notebooks at my place. I only have a couple on me. I probably have 10 times as many notebooks that are in my backpack right now." She said, "That's a good thing." And that's the end of the dream.
And by the way, that street I was on when I was talking about the dream.
Warwick Avenue.
No, the name of the street in my dream was Flat Street, which is kind of funny.
Nice.
I'm like, why is it called Flat Street?
I don't know, babes.
But yeah, it was scary.
Oh, good. Well,
Yeah.
babes, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, we talked about a lot.
All right, well then give me a kiss and we'll wrap it up, okay?
Why?
Why what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
Bubs.
What?
Stop making noises.
Okay, babes.
It's distracting. Bubs.
Sorry,
Stop
babes,
it.
go ahead.
My goodness.
All right, babes.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.